Welcome in, along with Mike Renner. I'm Steve Palazzolo, and this is your Cleveland Browns NFL Draft Recap, all powered by PFF Edge and Elite. Mike, we usually love analyzing the Browns draft because they have 9 million first-round picks, but today, this year, no day one pick. We had to wait until the 46th pick of the draft for the Browns.
No day one pick, but they got a top 10 value with their first pick in our eyes. Greedy Williams, the LSU cornerback, one of the best pressed cornerbacks in this draft, has the size, has the length, has the long speed to stick with receivers down the field. I can't believe he fell this far in a cornerback needy NFL nowadays. My only worry is he goes to a Steve Wilks coach defense where they haven't played a lot of press man. He's not a press man sort of guy, whether it be at Arizona or whether it was in Carolina. This is more zone heavy that he leans on that sort of spectrum. So if that's the case, I'm not sure Greedy Williams is a great fit, but you can't argue with the position that they took, and pairing him with Denzel Ward allows you some flexibility from a matchup perspective.
That's the thing. If they use Greedy and Denzel Ward to their skill set, potentially one of the best young corner tandems in the NFL. Trying to figure out why Greedy Williams fell. Everybody mentioned his tackling, supposed injury issues. Let's forget about the injury, behind the scenes stuff. If it was tackling and you're worried about 4, maybe 5 plays per year, focus on the 350, the 400 when he's out there in coverage. Yeah. The Browns are essentially saying the same. I pay my corners to cover, and we think that's why this great value at number 46, a top 10 player on our draft board. Their next pick, 80 overall, Sione Fua from BYU. There's a few linebackers in this class who provide some of that pass rush, off-the-ball linebacker versatility, and he's one of them.
Yeah, I thought he could legitimately, if you want to just play him on the edge, he could be that in your defense, probably more of a hybrid at the NFL level if you want him to be, where you can go edge to off-ball, add something to your blitz, and still be solid enough in coverage. I think where they got him was good value, and I think he's now joins Joe Schobert, who was a similar player coming out of Wisconsin, and Jannard Avery, who was the same coming out of Memphis last year. So they got 3 guys in there with legitimate blitzing skill set at the linebacking core. I think that can be used as a weapon.
I want to see Wilks get creative now. He's all set up to have all those guys move around, use their pass rush ability, the 2 corners outside. I can't wait to see what that defensive scheme looks like. Beyond that, on day 3, I think the big name's Mack Wilson out of Alabama, but a guy that had 2 straight years of sub 72 overall PFF grades. For us, he was more of a fourth round type of player, so it wasn't a huge story for us that he dropped to the 4th after getting some first round hype throughout the process.
Yeah, that's how we kind of always saw him, is where he ended up going. We thought there was some tools to work with on day 3, but you just didn't see a consistent linebacker. You didn't see him consistently diagnosing plays, consistently making tackles. It was really the more getting pumped up for the name on the front of his jersey rather than the back.
Anyone else on day 3 that stood out for you for the Browns?
Yeah, I think Sheldrick Redwine offers something from a coverage perspective at the safety position. He's not going to immediately replace Jabril Peppers, but he's very athletic there on the back end. You saw him making plays coming downhill in coverage a lot there. So another just nice name to add on the back end. They added coverage on a lot of these different players, a lot of players that are affecting the pass game defensively, which we always like to see.
Cleveland Browns addressed a ton of needs this offseason. The last couple that they needed to focus on was coverage, and they did it in the draft. It's your Cleveland Browns NFL Draft Recap, all powered by PFF Edge and Elite.